Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, yes. If you go through Kenya Kwanza power structure, Moses Wetangula and Musalia Mudavadi have been promised 30% of the government if William Ruto wins this year's presidential election. But under the condition, they deliver 70% of Western votes to Ruto. And besides that, Musalia Mudavadi has also been promised the post of a chief minister, while Wetangula has been promised the Speaker of the Senate. So in this video, I want us to answer only one question. Has Moses Masika Wetangula given up on those positions, or is he still interested in those positions? And I want us to answer that question because as I talk right now, already Moses Masika Wetangula has so far declared his interest to defend his Bungoma senatorial seat. And some few hours ago, one of our fans actually brought that to my attention. And if you go through some political pages online, that story is actually gaining some traction. And it's also alleged that Sunday Nation also captured a story alleging that maybe Moses Masika Wetangula might not be interested or rather has given up on those positions being offered by William Ruto. So in this video, I want us to dig deep to see exactly what is happening behind the scenes. But before we do that, in case you've bumped here for the very first time, kindly subscribe, give this video a like. Yes. When Raila Molo Odinga was unveiling his running mate, he went further to tell Kenyans that the post of the Speaker of the Senate had been earmarked for Kenneth Marende. And at that time, Kenneth Marende was an aspirant for Vihiga gubernatorial seat. And immediately Raila made that announcement, Kenneth Marende actually dropped his bid for Vihiga gubernatorial seat. On this other side of William Ruto Kenya Kwanza alliance, the post of the Senate Speaker is earmarked for Moses Masika Wetangula's Ford Kenya. But still, we are seeing Moses Masika Wetangula in the senatorial race to defend his Bungoma senatorial seat. Why is he doing that if actually he's very sure that he will get that position of the Speaker of the Senate, and also he'll be given 30% of the government if William Ruto wins the presidency? Why is he doing that? A simple answer to that question is that Moses Masika Wetangula is defending his Bungoma senatorial seat because already he knows that the positions they have been offered, those are positions that are not there. William Ruto will not win this year's presidential election, and even if he was to win, Moses Wetangula and Musalia Mudavadi will not be able to deliver 70% to William Ruto. That is one reason that might be making Moses Masika Wetangula to actually still go ahead to contest or have to defend his Bungoma senatorial seat. That is one thing. And if you look at it very keenly and very objectively, I honestly believe, ladies and gentlemen, that if Moses Masika Wetangula, even without delivering the 70% of Western votes, if at all Moses Masika Wetangula was very sure that William Ruto was going to win this year's presidential election, Moses Masika Wetangula automatically and naturally, now that he's a principal in Kenya Kwanza Alliance, I know he could have not actually gone ahead to defend his senatorial seat. Because if you compare that senatorial seat and the post of a Speaker of the Senate, a Speaker of the Senate is a very big post, a higher post, far much higher than this one of a senator. So Moses Masika Wetangula is not very much sure that William Ruto will win this year's presidential election. That's why he does not want to take chances, because he knows that if he fails to defend his senatorial seat, then most definitely he will be in the political cold without any power at all. That is one thing. And then secondly, I'm seeing a Moses Masika Wetangula who is fully convinced that William Ruto, even if he was to win the presidency, maybe he will not actually give him that position of the Speaker of the Senate. That is simply because their agreement, if you look at their agreement, is actually not protected or anchored in law. It's just some form of a gentleman's agreement. William Ruto can actually refuse to offer him that position, and he'll do complete nothing to William Ruto. That is also something I'm seeing why Moses Masika Wetangula does not want to take chances. He does not trust William Ruto. He knows William Ruto can actually shortchange him. And then another reason, I'm seeing a Moses Masika Wetangula who is actually trying to force himself in the table with big boys, but is still yet not a big boy. If you look at this other side of Azimio, Kalonzo is not contesting for any seat because he has outgrown those local positions. On this other side, Musele is also coming out as a person who has also outgrown those local positions. But for Moses Masika Wetangula, he has not outgrown local politics. His politics largely is still maybe regional, or rather county politics. He has not actually outgrown such kind of politics. He has not yet matured to be a national leader, where now we can actually sit on the big table with the big boys to say that he's also a principal. So I'm seeing a Moses Masika Wetangula who is not yet mature, or rather ripe to call himself, or rather to put himself in the same league with the likes of William Ruto, the likes of Kalonzo, and the likes of Musalia Mudavadi. He's actually forcing himself, but he's still not yet there. And also, as I conclude, that is also an indication enough that Moses Masika Wetangula might also be a confused politician. He's just trying to maybe try his luck, whichever the one that will succeed. He is very confused, because I strongly believe that a smart politician, or rather a politician with a principle, if it's the Senate, then go for that Senate. If it's maybe you want to be the Speaker, then maybe support your alliance with all your energy and efforts. And if you form that government, go for that, but that position, rather that post of the Speaker. But now to flip-flop, you want to contest for a senator, and then here you are still eyeing maybe to be given a post as the Speaker. That, in my considered opinion, just shows a confused politician. A politician who is still not very much sure of what he wants in politics. A politician who is just opportunistic. He just wants to take chances. To take chances. That's what I'm seeing here. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, above all, and even before I conclude actually, the side of Azimio, the mere fact that actually when Raila Odinga mentioned that the post of the Senate Speaker was preserved for Kenneth Marende, immediately on the same day, Kenneth Marende dropped out from Vihiga gubernatorial seat. That indicates again that Kenneth Marende is actually very sure of being given that position. And is only sure because already he knows that chances of Raila winning this year's presidential election are very, very high. And he knows and trusts that if Raila wins this year's presidential election, Raila will actually give him that post, rather that position. That's what I can say about this issue of Moses Masika Wetangula being promised 30% of the government, being promised the post of the Senate Speaker, but still he's determined to defend his Bungoma senatorial seat. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, just as I did indicate when we were starting, in case you've bumped here for the very first time, and so far you have not yet subscribed, kindly subscribe, give this video a like. Thank you, God bless you, God bless Kenya.